He also, underneath his bed, he had so much porn.
I don't want to be pulled up.
GMat.
Is there anything for dessert or something? Oh, Mario! Oh my God!
Whoa.
Hometown Spider-Man.
Yay. I need help with doing a push-up.
This is still going?
Yep.
How are you?
I'm tired. You look tired. You tired as well?
A little bit tired.
Why are you tired?
Just went for a run.
Did you? Why are you running? Last time you ran, you blew out your knee. You said.
Yeah, but the knees are right now, so I'm just building it back up, you know.
And every time I talk about running, you're like, running's bad. Don't run. You lift weights.
Well, yeah, you do.
Not you.
No.
I can't handle it.
Well, it won't be good for your knees.
I saw your eyes. They looked at my tum-tum before they
No,
looked
look
at
at
my
your
knees.
knees.
Okay. Why would looking at my knees make it any easier to know?
So I was thinking about knees, so I looked at your knees. I don't know. I really didn't put that much thought into that one eye movement that took a fraction of a second.
Is it because I'm heavier? It's bad for my knees to be running? You can answer that. It's okay. It's not a trap. So then he's nodding, by the way, audio listeners, just ever so slightly. So then if I lose weight, do I start running then, or is running still bad?
No, you can run. Running's alright, but it depends why you want to run.
Why do you want to run?
Because I need to run.
Problems.
Yeah, got to be able to run in case the men come with their guns. You got to get away. Yeah, I would just use the rower or something. Like, there's a million other ways to do cardio.
Okay. I just don't like cardio.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't run then.
I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
It's been a while, but
it's
we did
really-
see each other for 12 hours straight or 13 hours straight the last time we saw each other. So
Yeah, it's only really been a week, essentially. A week and a few days.
But because we're such good, close friends, that feels like forever, doesn't it?
I did speak to you on the phone, and I used my Ben model to masturbate to,
Oh, good.
and
So really it hasn't been that long.
no, it
In a
hasn't been
while.
that long at all. We're done with G Stream. So this podcast will come. The podcast coming out this weekend. This Saturday which is last Saturday for people listening now. Is the Jazzcast. I'm going to drop the first Jazzcast publicly.
The first Jazzcast.
Uh-huh.
So who was at it before?
It was whoa. Say that again.
Who was it before?
You okay?
No, I just went for a run.
Yeah. The
So
first
it's Patreon only for the Jazzcast.
Patreon only for a few
Right.
weeks, and then
So I knew someone had heard it.
I don't think I'll ever do it like that, replace one of the weekly episodes with a Jazzcast. But because we missed last week, and I still want to be a week ahead, I was like, you know what, we'll just use the Jazzcast as the weekly upload, and then upload this one next week to keep us a week ahead.
Okay, so the one that's coming out this Saturday is going to be the Jazzcast, the very first Jazzcast.
Very first Jazzcast.
Well, it's nice to throw in something different into the mix. That's
Yeah.
quantity over quality, that one.
Yes. Yeah.
Whereas the normal GMat podcast is neither.
Well, it's quantity and quality because it's very long.
The Jazzcast.
Jazzcast, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is like Jazzcast Part 2. I mean, Jazzcast Part 2 is on Patreon, actually. So go to Patreon.
Is that what are you going to do? Like 2 months after you're going to release each Jazzcast?
I wanted to
after we
keep
do it?
that particular Jazzcast up for a few more weeks before I dropped it publicly, but
Right.
I needed to drop something this weekend, and it's a good way we can promote the rest of the Jazzcasts on Patreon.
The second Jazzcast was good because we did the whole
Loved
DVD
it.
commentary.
Yeah, loved
So
it.
that would be a good one to bring out while the sketches and stuff are super fresh.
That's a good idea. Should I do that?
I would, but it's your thing.
Maybe I could just do like an intro at the start, be like, hey, everybody, this is the Jazzcast. If you want to check out Patreon, come check it out now. Throw to the Jazzcast.
Yeah, Jazzcast is always on Patreon. There's actually another Jazzcast there that you haven't heard. I don't think that first Jazzcast had anything time sensitive in it, did it?
Nah.
So that can just come out whenever.
Yeah. It's just interesting because it was the first one. Yeah.
We're feeling it out, really feeling out the lack of format.
Yeah.
Feels a lot like what we're doing right now, though.
Well, we haven't started the podcast yet.
We sunk very quickly into the format, I think. It's our
The
natural
Jazzcast.
state is
Of being.
Jazzcast. Is You're welcome, listeners.
I'm quite tired. I don't know what happened. I got enough sleep last night, but I was tossing and turning, Now I'm that kind of tired where you wake up and I'm hot, like I'm flush and hot, and I feel sticky.
I don't know that tired. You got the headache? You got the headache in the front of your head? Or no? I don't know what the hot flushed one is. Do you just get bad sleep?
Yeah.
Because you can be in bed for 8 hours, but it doesn't mean that you...
No, that's it. I got bad sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to bed late, but like 2 o'clock, I should still be fine. But I'm warm. I'm warm and sticky. That's what happens when I get hot. I feel flustered. In my flustered state.
You sleepwalk?
I don't think so.
You reek of someone who sleepwalks.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I sleep talk.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Can't be bothered getting up though.
No.
It's not good for your knees to sleepwalk.
And one time, that's very good. One time I sleep screamed. I've had someone tell me that.
Night terrors.
I don't know.
Just a scream.
Just sometimes I scream.
Hello, New York!
No, it was fear. It was a fear scream.
Okay.
I woke myself up once fear screaming. I was like, ah.
I sleep scream, but it's mostly crowd work.
Go on.
I think this side of the room rocks harder than that side of the room. Let me hear you. George would be like, Ben, wake up. I'm like, oh, I was at Madison Square Garden. You were there. It's like, I know, I could hear you. You were trying to wind up 12,000 people. It's like, yeah. They're getting so into it.
Hey, it's okay, Ben. It's okay. No one's rocking harder than anybody.
I was about to bring on Led Zeppelin. They were all right there. They were ready to go on and rock the shit out of the place.
Rob and the rest. Jimmy.
All the guys. Paige. Cleese. Everett.
Who are these people? Young.
Yeah.
Stills.
Robert Plant. John Cleese.
That's the one. John Cleese Jr.
John Cleese Jr. All
Jimmy Eat World.
Jimmy Eat World.
I don't know the bass player.
Ben Folds. 5.
The Ben Folds 5. The Ben Folds 5. I'm trying to think of a Jackson 5 song that I can like mix with a Ben Folds song, but I'm way too tired. What does Ben Folds sing?
ABC, easy as she's a brick. She's drowning me slowly. ABC.
Oh, fuck. That's very good. Hey, I found my notepad.
Great.
It's been lost for quite some time.
Did anyone win that at G-Stream? Do we remember to auction that off?
Yes. Kay Louise won that one.
Kay Louise.
I just got to rip out the first entries of my journal.
Of course.
Which are in here. Which go as such. So I'm feeling good. No, I'm not going to read out my journal.
It's a step too far.
It's the one that says like exploring my poo with a stick, etc. When I thought I had tummy cancer.
You're nothing if not consistent.
No, all right. Yeah, that's not even funny. I'm going to rip all that out. And it's not like a good insight into...
Although, are you a good barometer of that? Because you didn't think that the play that we read on G-Stream was funny, and everyone else thought it was very...
I still don't think it was... still don't think it landed the way it should have. I think
it
you guys
with
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, it did with us.
Plus, you know
that's
what?
all that matters.
The bit that I was most embarrassed about was how actually fine with it I was.
Oh, yeah?
When I started reading, I was like, oh, there's some stuff in here. And I remember doing it and writing it and being like, oh, it's wanky. And then there was a couple little gags I put in there. I was like, yeah, it's fine. I got a bit more like, that's good.
This is actually pretty good material.
It's very good material.
So you guys aren't delivering it right. If you delivered it right, I think the audience would really kind of grab onto some of this.
Not something I'd want to put on, but,
just so everyone knows in the audience, this is not by Banksy. This is actually a GMat original.
It's a GMat piece.
Despite the fact that you might think it's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's just by little old me. Just some of the thoughts that I was having at the time, And this is from like 5 or 6 years ago. So, I guess if we had to look at it, I probably was ahead of the curve.
Yeah. And by logic, I'm probably 5 times better than that today.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Self-improvement is exponential.
You get twice as good every year.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, isn't whatever. Yeah, reading those journals out or giving them to somebody isn't a fun insight into GMat. Or it's like, I occasionally make a gag to myself in the journal so that when I read it later, I can at least giggle to myself. But
because it's not you taking yourself too seriously.
But the rest is just like, I'm gonna die, and we're all gonna die, and life is meaningless because we're all just marching slowly towards death.
There's nothing even in this poo. What a waste of a stick.
Life is really just a red patch in a poo, isn't it? Isn't it at the end of the day? A red piece in the corner.
Right. If you look at all of existence, your life is just this one little sliver of red in this endless brown streak that extends in every possible direction forever. So finite.
GMat. Actually, in there I said I went to write piece of like red in the corner. I was just reading then, and I've accidentally written cornet and then crossed it out and written corner, and then started talking about cornetos. So it's a real flow of consciousness sort of thing. So I mean, one day it could be a novel. It could rival the top novels. Nope.
What's the top novel?
It's not important. I meant diary. Top diaries. There's a particular diary.
Anne Frank's novel?
That's the one.
Yeah.
I was going to be like, it'd be better than Anne Frank. So I'm like, nah, I can't say that.
Well, it's a bit derivative because I think there's a section there of her poking her shit with a stick.
And having a cornetto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Anne Frank's better than me, by the way. I just want to make that clear.
How do you know? You didn't fucking know her.
I mean, I've read a diary. I feel like I know her.
Have you read it?
Yeah, I read it at school. But I school read it. You know when you read at school and you're kind of just like... Sorry for the audio listeners. I'm about to do a little bit of prop work.
Oh. When are we ever going to use this in real life?
You know.
If I was Anne Frank, I would have definitely got a gun. And I would have just fought the Nazis. I probably would have killed Hitler.
Why didn't she just fucking hit him? Just go out there and absolutely drop him. Because they're gay.
She has the element of surprise because they don't even know she's in the attic. So she could have easily taken out 3 to 5 Nazis before anyone even knew she was there. Yep. So, that's what I would have done. I'm just saying. Wouldn't have wasted my time writing a book. I would have been out there fighting. I would have gone out there, and if I saw Hitler, I would have just gone fucking
Schizo.
Like he fucking... Because the Nazis would have been like, stop there, schnell. And I would have been like, fucking get out of the way, cunt. I'm going for fucking Hitler. Yeah. This is not on, mate. You don't fucking do this in my country, all right? The Jews are okay by my watch. Get out of it. And I fucking would have gone fucking spastic, and they would have fucking seen me, and they would have been like, oi, seriously, just get out of his way, because you do not want to fuck with this guy. Because he's going to get in there, and they'll just see me because the first one he would have come up at me, and because I'm not a big guy, and they would have been like, you know what, I reckon I'm going to fucking take this little punk. They would have come at me, and I fucking laid him out. I punched him so fucking hard. He just would have fucking turned to, not actually dust, but they would have seen him just crumble like a fucking sack of shit, mate.
Yeah.
Like a sack of shit-filled potatoes. Hit
crumble.
the deck, and they would have been like, 9. They would have got the fuck out of the way. And then it's just Hitler standing there with his fucking stupid mustache.
Then what?
And I was like, hey, bitch, you gonna let all my mates go out of the camps? And he'd be like, 9 master race, blah, 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 whatever his fucking shit is that he says. And I'm like, fucking bang! And I got him, and Gimler and Herbals and all them cunts would have been like, fuck this, I'm out of here. And they would have got on their fucking Gold Eagles or whatever they drove. And they would have got the fuck out of Dodge. And then I would have just gone around fucking flipping open all the camps. And then all the guys in there would have been like, sick, thanks, mate. Can we have a bit of bread? And I'd be like, yeah, of course you can, mate. Fucking get into it. All this Nazi shit's yours now. I wouldn't have probably even taken any of the Nazi stuff. I would have just let them have it all. And I'll just come back to Australia and fucking just drag my commie around. We got an intro or what?
That was, we should start the podcast. Woo, GMat. Yay. Whatever topic you give me, I won't say lumps up your ass. Or I will try not to say lumps up your ass. I thought I wasn't going to do it before. Fuck that up. I'm embarrassed is what I am. Licking pussy, and I'm not allowed to say lumps up your ass. Don't say lumps up your ass. Yeah. Yep.
Anabolic beat.
1, 2, 3, ha ha ha. Licking pussy, do it real fast. I do it real fast because I got lumps up my ass. Fuck, God damn it! God damn it! Oh, it's fine. All right, just let it go. Let it go. It's not happening. It's not happening. Today's episode of the GMat Podcast is brought to you by our merch, which is available at teespring.com/stores/therealgmat. Thank you. That intro is brought to you by me. It was a clip from Twitch. Go check out the Real GMat on twitch.tv/therealgmat. I hear that, guys. Pretty funny. Submit your intros to contact@therealgmat.tv or put them in the Discord to be featured on the GMat Podcast. And if you would like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/the GMat Podcast. Sorry. Yes, that's right, the GMat Podcast. Patreon, then you can get access to extra shit like the Jazzcast. Chat the music, you fucking dog. All right, Ellie, you're really starting to piss me off today. Hey, Ben, welcome.
Oh, must be just age of the dog at the moment.
Oh, is Ellie being it's what?
Shug.
Yeah, Shug. She's Ellie. Is Shug being
You tired?
Yeah, I'm pretty tired.
Yeah, I mean, she's fine, but we there's a little bit of tension in the house at the moment.
Oh, yeah?
Because she's a bit fat.
Oh.
So every now and then she'll pork up a little bit because it won't be the perfect amount of communication about has she eaten, has she not eaten, how many snacks has she had.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm usually pretty good. If I'm eating something, she'll get a little bit of it. Or if if I'm having chicken and there's some chicken left over, she just sees and she's like, oh yeah, here we go. And she'll just wait patiently, sit right in front of the television. Get the fuck out of the way so I can see what I'm watching. Then she'll move out of the way and then she'll just wait like.
Oh my gosh.
But the last couple of times I've had some chicken and I've finished it and it's been, just bones and whatever left over. Because she's fat, she can't have any. She's not fat, she's a bit chubby.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll be like, all right, here we go. Chicken time for me. And then I'll go and put it in the bin and she'll be like, what? Is that special yummy? You put the special yummy in the bin? That's my special yummy. You have the bit. And then what the fuck is this? What? You did not just put the special yummy in the bin. I'm confused because we have the system. You eat the special yummy. I get the leftover special yummy. And now that's in the bin. So I don't know what this relationship is anymore. I've been betrayed. Okay. And then she'll be kind of a bit salty for a minute. Like she'll come up and sit on the couch next to me, but she'll face the other way.
Oh.
She'll lay down and just huff and puff and lay there. So I don't know. It's fine, but she doesn't understand that it's for her own good because the chicken goes in the bin and it just seems like pure betrayal for the sake of betrayal.
Well, after G-Stream, all rules were off and she could go wherever she wanted. She was jumping up on the regular couch. So then now we've had to reinstate the rules about the couch. And anytime we put any new rule in, any kind of new training, any kind of thing, she's just a fucking brat.
So what did you take away the special comfy?
Yeah.
That's my special comfy. You said I could go on the special comfy. And now
Your Shuggy character's a lot like your Ellie character.
well, they're dogs,
They're all the same.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Yeah,
they just want whatever the thing is, and the thing is immediately theirs and only theirs, and then you say no, and they're like, what the fuck is this? This wasn't part of the deal.
She gets we're feeding her dinner after like a day, and then fed her dinner, and I was sitting there talking to Becky, and she goes, "Whoa," and I was like, fucking excuse me, and then she just like put her head between her legs. She knows when she's in trouble immediately. She just goes, and that's what shits me the most is when she is in trouble. Her ears will go boop, her head will go like straight down as low as it can go, and then she'll go the other direction. And I'll be like, no, come here, come back, and I'll be like, get on your. I mean, I don't want to say what because she'll freak out, but like I'll be like, get on your. And that sort of thing, and then she'll just run and hide somewhere. I'm like, what life have you had? When you're in trouble and you're like, fuck, I'm out of here.
It's crazy how essential and good doing the thing that gets him in trouble must be, because she does it and then she's like, oh, was it worth it? Because he's like, this is awful. I feel guilty. And the head goes down and the ears go back and they run away. They go, but I did get that little bit of cheese that I wasn't supposed to have. So
It's a great way to know she's done something wrong when we're not there. When I come in and she goes out, I'm like, fuck, now I got to walk around the house and work out what you've done. And it's worse when you can't work out what she's done. The other day, she'd done something and I went all around the back. You got shit in your eye, you dirty dog. I went all around the backyard trying to find what she'd done. See if she'd taken something or hidden something. And I couldn't work it out. And I was like, okay, I guess that's whatever. And then I did the stream. It was stream time. And halfway through the stream, I was like, I got to go get that cable for this fucking thing. And I went out and I went to the far side of that rug in the lounge room and in bare feet. And I was like,
wet.
Why are my feet wet, Ellie? And she pissed on the carpet.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
She's a little naughty rascal. Tell you what happened yesterday. Oh, come home. Come home. See my little doggy. She's so excited to see me. Say a quick hello. Calm her down. And then she's tired and she's getting all snuggly on the couch. I was like, I'll come give you a cuddle. I'm giving her a cuddle and she's falling asleep in my arms. She goes real, like at the end of the day, she's like, and she's the best dog. She's falling asleep, giving her kisses on the mouth. She's licking my face. I'm like, your breath stinks today, little Ellie. You got stinky, stinky breath. And I'm kissing her on the nose and all that. Basically, hers and my face were becoming one. And she stunk. And then Beck and I go outside. And she goes straight for something. And she's got something in her mouth. And I'm like, what is that? Drop it. And it's like, it's a chick or a little baby bird or something that's just rotting and decomposing with maggots in its gut and everything. And I'm like, that's what smelt on your face, what you've been digging into all day. And I was going, like I was gagging and running to the bathroom going, and like trying to wash my face. And
you just will never learn your lesson, will you? You always think that the last time a dog gets into something disgusting is the last time that it will ever do that. It's like, well, it was disgusting to me. She must have learned her lesson. I'm going to kiss her on the mouth every day.
That was fucking yuck.
Yeah, no shit. That's what they do. I don't know why you're still sharing icy poles and shit with dogs. Wait, you were eating your own asshole? What? I didn't know you did that again.
She licks her pussy so much.
Don't say it like that.
She cannot keep her mouth off her own vagina. Off her own stinky dog pussy. She's just always... And she's loud about it.
At least you're only kissing her face.
I'll be laying in bed going to sleep and I hear... And I'm like,
just the most disgusting noise.
Ellie, get out of it. It's like that. It's so wet. She'll start doing it. I'll turn up the mics and everyone can listen to her.
I'm leaving.
Lick her fucking dog mort. So I'm to say the worst thing to upset you the most.
Yeah, you're doing a good job.
So yeah, she's all right. She's a cunt. What are we talking about?
You're talking about your dog's box.
Ben, come on. Bit of decorum, please.
Please.
So welcome everybody to episode 218 of the podcast. My name's GMat. I host the podcast. No Aiden this week. No Ben. No fuck.
Yep. Hopefully I'll be here next week.
No Aiden this week. No Beck this week. Just me and Ben. And last week would have been some kind of jazz cast come out. Hopefully we can get us all back in the room soon.
So this is a semi-jazz cast. It's got very jazz cast vibes. Whenever it's just you and me in here, I think we just default to jazz cast.
No, you've been pretty funny today.
Am I?
Yeah.
Am I not funny on the jazz cast?
No.
Wow.
No, you're too serious.
Right.
Too serious.
Take jazz seriously.
How do you feel G-Stream went?
It was longer than I would have liked.
12 hours?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to be that long.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I think you sort of suckered me in with like, do you want to do a stream? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, what, you're here now? You're
Like
till
how
10.
long? It was
Nah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was good fun. It went quicker than any of the other ones, I think.
We also, I realised. By the way, for people listening who don't know what's going on, we did a 12-hour charity stream. We do it every year. I know there's some people on the podcast who aren't GMat fans, just podcast fans. But we do that every year, 12 hours. So every other year, we've raised the money. And I've taken care of the money, which means we've been raising an AUD, Australian dollars.
Right.
And we've raised $2,500, maybe $2,600, something like that, every other year. or like the last year we raised that and it was pretty good. We got to that amount. And this year we raised $4,200, which I was like, that's double. But then also we were raising in USD this year. So we actually raised $6,500.
Fuck, how good was that?
$6,500.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of fucking money. I don't know where that money came from.
Not me either.
No. Because I didn't donate.
No.
You didn't donate.
Not financially.
Yeah, you donated your time.
So.
That's time.
Your time. Yeah.
But yeah, that was I think that's a raging hot thick success. Large success.
Next year, maybe the charity should be us.
Raising money
For us.
for us to get lunch.
Please.
To
A
get
big lunch. Big old PlayStation 5 shaped lunch.
And I will say, I mean, this is a reference from Jazzcast 1 that no one will even fucking know about unless you're a Patreon fan, but the sandwiches went over like gangbusters. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, they did for you and me. Did anyone else eat them?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Aiden would have eaten them, and he would have eaten just as much as we did, except he went home to grab that script, and
Or the all important script.
he got home and walked into a Greek household where they were already cooking food, and he was like, this is way better than anything there. So that's not fair. I can't compete with the Greeks. Sienna had a sandwich. Loved it. Beck didn't have a sandwich.
Didn't have a
But
sandwich.
you had at least 4.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Yeah. And I had 2 because I'm much thinner than you. And I take care of my body.
All that running.
Don't laugh so hard. Cool it, big man. Yeah, I think everything was great. I think it was great. Yeah. And we had a good time. And you know what?
I think it achieved exactly what you wanted them to achieve.
Oh,
it was light and it was fresh.
Oh, so cool. And that crunchy bread. All right, let me look at my notes.
Okay.
Oh my God. I had the best day the other day.
Go on.
So I'm watching telly. Actually, I
Good
wasn't.
start.
Where did I see it? Because I don't watch television. I don't have television hooked up.
YouTube.
I saw, maybe I saw a commercial for it on the YouTube. But there is a thing, I don't know if it's available everywhere else in the world, but in Australia, there is a new Subway sandwich that is a hot dog. And it's called the Sub Dog. And I saw this commercial a couple of times, and I was like, there's no way not everybody has seen this commercial. So I got to spend an entire day and a night calling everybody I know, including yourself, to go play the scene out with me, Ben. So I'll call Ben up and I'll be like, hey Ben, what's going on?
The man's just driving around.
That's cool. Have you seen that commercial for the new Subway hot dog?
No.
You would have said yes.
No, I didn't say yes.
You
I
just
haven't
said
seen it.
I said, well, what do you think it's called?
Oh, Sub Dog.
Not much dog, what's up with you? Insert wheezing laughter.
Yeah.
And then hang up. And I called everybody.
I figured you must have been on a rampage because you never called me back. that was it. It was just done. On to the next one.
On to the next. I called my mom. I called my dad. I called Aiden. I called everybody.
Was there anyone I didn't work with?
No. There was. I think my auntie.
Because that's the thing. I hadn't seen it, and I just guessed. I'm like, I don't know. Because I was driving and talking to Georgia at the same time, so I was putting almost no thought into it. I was like, a hot dog, Subway sandwich. I don't know, Sub Dog.
Not much dog was up with you.
Yeah.
No, my auntie was another one who didn't know, and I was like, take a guess. And she was like, I don't know, a mat dog? And I was like, you're missing the point here. Like, really think about it. She thought I'm like, I'm not going for a joke here. I want you to really take a guess. Subway, hot dog. And she goes, Sub Dog. And she laughed after that. She thought that was very funny.
Just saying Sub Dog.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So yeah, it was a rating success. But so that's kind of the things I do in my
It's so
spare
annoying
time.
when people do that with a joke. It's the wrong part. Like they just don't get it at all. Like 2 guys walk into a bar. What? Who walked into the bar? Who was it? What do you mean? No, it's a joke. Knock knock. Where? What? No, knock knock. Where?
Who?
Is that it? Am I getting the door? Knock? Have you never done this? Knock knock. What? Come in. What the fuck is wrong with you? Have you grown up nowhere? What do you mean?
My mum does that.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell the joke and I'll be like, Frog walked in the bank for a loan. Went up to the thing, went up to tower, took the little pink elephant, got to the end, and then you said, it's a knick-knack, paddywhack, give the frog alone. His old man's a rolling stone. Everyone go, that's so stupid.
Oh, that sounds like that song.
Or she'd be like, why would a frog go into a bank? I'd be like, Mum, that's not the point. It's not even close to the point. It's a joke. Because it's not very funny because it doesn't make sense. And I'm like, oh, I fucking hate you. That's the only times I really, Mum drives me crazy.
Why the chicken crossed the road? Is there a crossing? What? I asked why. Why what? Why'd the chicken cross the road? Oh, I don't know. I guess they probably just do it anyway. Was there food or something on the other side? No, never mind. Just
anything that's
thoroughly missing all of it.
Any joke, I mean, she'll kind of get that. She'll love a chicken cross the road, a knock joke. That'll all go fine with her. Any joke that is kind of like a little out there or like abstract or, I don't know, meta. Yeah. It's just, there's no point.
Priest, a rabbi, and an imam walk into a church. Oh, the Catholic Church. They've had dramas in the last few years. What the fuck are you talking about? Now, I'm telling you a joke. Wait, you know why? What? Priest, a rabbi, and an imam walk into a bar. Catholic Church. You know your uncle. Years ago. No, what? I'm telling you a joke. Why are you bringing the mood down like that? Wow. Yeah. Catholic Church, though. What do you mean the Catholic Church? Shut up.
You know that one? That
one.
The why did the idiot throw his clock out the window? Because it reminded him of Richard Clock, that one. Where it's it goes off from the original joke. There's no way I could ever she'd be like, what? After I finish that joke, and I'm like, I'm not gonna bother. Memes, I can't send her any memes. Yep. She just looks at memes and goes, I don't know. What is it?
Matt, I've done some Googling and I can't find anything about Richard Clock anywhere. Yahoo.com says nothing about Richard Clock. Is it Dick Clock? Is that the joke, Matt? Dick Clock.
Yeah. This is too close to home. Where she thinks she's got it, and then or like, what drives me more crazy is when everyone laughs and she's like, what? I'm like, well, why are you laughing? It's like, everyone was laughing. Everyone was laughing. I thought it was funny.
It's just nice, it's just nice.
We're all together. I just like that we're all together.
Good on my boys here. Hey, on my boys. Matt, tell another funny joke about Richard Clock. Oh, God bless them, eh, parents?
Yeah. Any funny stories with your mum lately? Your mum's always good quality.
Smooth transition.
Oh, Matthew. I've been getting into boomer comments on YouTube.
Okay.
Been watching a lot of old car videos and stuff.
Oh, no.
Just the best. Just old boomer dads.
What are they saying?
Just nothing is good enough these days. Kids are all dumb. None of them get it. There was one who was like so specifically, it was like about a transmission or something. He's like, oh, it's funny when they think 56C means 1956 on the car, but it actually can come out to 72 when you hear the Gen Ys and the Zoomers hear about that. It's funny to hear them talk about it as if that. I was like, when are you actually having conversations with people about this one specific transmission? You just think it's so fucking funny to you. It never happened. You just wanted to brag that you know what the fucking facts are. There's the one on old Peter Brock, a Bathurst thing. It's all just like fucking RIP Brocky, real guy driving a real car. This is motor racing, not the shit they do these days. So shut up. What the fuck are you talking about?
They do the same thing about everything. Footy and
music. If you watch some old Led Zeppelin thing and scroll down, it's like, this is real music, not the bloody computer bullshit they do today. Last of the real great bands. Really, the last of the great bands was in 1969. Come on.
They're also, it always feels real specific when they're like, I don't know anything about cars, but they'd be like, isn't it funny how they always think this is from 1959? Yeah. Useless pieces of shit won't move out of the fucking garage. I hate this fucking cunt. Or it don't even ring me any day.
Bloody, it's a waste these days. Kids got no sense of history. They don't know what's talking about. My kids, obviously, they know, but they're the exception. It's all spelt wrong.
Yeah,
everything's spelt wrong. The grammar's terrible. And it's always their full name and them in front of their car as the fucking profile picture.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just the car.
Yeah. So Ron Johnson, blah, 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 what high school they went to. Just everything about them.
There's a real interesting, like, subculture of, like, people I went to school with who are exactly like boomers, but they're 28 and
Yeah.
27. The guy's the one who I put the chicken wrap in the back seat of his car. He's just like, his profile picture's him, his ute on his Facebook, 2 Australian flags sticking out of the window.
There you go.
Like, and he's like that. He's like, oh, music, electronic, blah 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 blah. One time, he said, and I can't remember the context of it or where it came from or the conversation that happened after, but he said, the Muslims are taking all our Christmas lights.
So fucking abstract.
Yeah.
Oh,
Something like
fuck.
that. The Muslims, they're taking all our Christmas lights, and that was years ago.
Yeah.
So he's fun.
Can't even say Happy Eid anymore.
What's happy Eid?
You'll say Merry festival season. Come on.
We don't say Merry Holidays in this house.
Can't even say Merry Ramadan. You'll say Happy Holidays. Not on my fucking watch.
Ramadan. Sorry, I mean to interrupt your joke, man.
No, it's fine. I was done. I didn't really have a direction for that one.
Sometimes you do a joke and I'll say something and I'll see you go.
Yeah.
Move on to the next one, I guess. Guess that one's
Hope
ruined.
that another bit presents itself and that one doesn't get stomped to death.
I got a bit that I can present to you.
Go on.
It's my cock. It's a bit little. Wow, that was fun. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. It was a fun journey to go on with you just now. Yeah.
Really got into the weeds, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. So I'm quite tired.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know.
Shit, I guess I could talk about this now. I mean, I can talk about this now, but remember there was a commercial audition for a little while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Turns out it was for Still.
Yeah. Well, I guess you said it.
You knew that, but on the podcast I didn't say it was for Still.
I don't think you told me either, but it's like, how many tool companies are there really? It's either that or Makita.
Well, the
Milwaukee.
the ad is out.
It's out.
Yeah, and the guy who got it, Beck knows.
Oh, really?
She saw it on telly, and she was like, I just saw your Still commercial, and I know the guy who got your part.
There you go.
And she was like, you would have done it better than him. Like all of a sudden, I was like,
Oh, that she's
please.
biased.
No, and then I went and watched it. I was like, ah, damn it, he did really good.
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah. There's one particular line in there at the end where it'd be funny if people have actually seen the commercial I'm talking about. If you're in Australia, it's the guy going through the store and he's showing all the equipment to the younger guy, and at the end he goes, "Do you get all that? And where do we get all this stuff?" And the kid has headphones on. And he goes, "That's the old store." And the way he delivered that, I was like, that was really good. It's really, really good. Really annoyed. What I was upset about was the guy who had the other part. I thought was going to go to this guy who I met at the audition, who was reading for the other part because he was the only one there reading.
Right.
And his name, he was wearing like a full 3-piece suit, and he was auditioning for a boss at a tool company. And we're like, "Hey, what's your name?" And he goes, "Dazzler."
Dazzler.
Shook my hand, and I was like, and I laughed, thinking he was joking.
Did a thing of flowers come out after he shook your hand, or
No, he's
Dazzler?
It's like Dazzler. I was like, Dazzler. He's like, yeah, my mates all call me Dazzler. My name's Darren, but they all call me Dazzler.
Right.
And it seemed almost like it wasn't his mates that called him Dazzler. That it was
He's
people.
trying to make a catch on.
No, that was like people were bullying him, and he didn't quite realize. They will call him Dazzler.
Dazzler.
And I really
No, it's Darren, but people call me Dazzler. Now pick a card, any card.
And he went in to do his read with the other guy, and he came out and he was drenched in sweat.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, which I thought was quite funny.
So I find if you're doing an audition, it really pays to not care at all.
Yeah.
Never look at how much you're going to get paid, even if you don't care about the material, because that's the bit you'll care about.
Mm-hmm.
Just go in there and be like, "Fucking, I'm better than all these people. Fuck this place. Who gives a shit?"
That's what I did.
And then when you get it, you look at the money, and then you go, "Yes, I want this job," or not.
So I did that, and then everyone yelled at me for not wearing the clothes. I don't care.
You wear the clothes.
But where does the line draw? Where do you draw the line, Ben?
Emotionally caring, not putting in the effort. Learn the lines and wear the clothes.
You just don't care emotionally.
But you don't look at the money, and you don't give a shit.
Well, I can't not look
Find
at the
something.
money.
You know they say that thing of picture the audience in their underwear.
Yeah, no, I know. I thought you were going to keep
I was just
going.
getting a blank stare. I was like, okay, I'm going to have to.
I was
explain this.
listening because I was like, yeah, obviously I've heard that.
Yeah. I think the best way is to like just scrutinize something in the way they talk, the people judging you, or something about their appearance, like if they've got weird shoes or weird hair. Just find something superficial that doesn't really matter, but just be like, you better than me? Fuck you suck. You're terrible, but you couldn't stand here and deliver these lines at all, let alone as well as I'm doing it.
I don't get scared. I don't get nervous in auditions anymore.
Are you sure? I feel like I've heard a bunch of stories about you being nervous and sweaty.
Maybe getting sweaty. No, I don't get sweaty. I've had a couple experiences where I've been nervous, but none of the callbacks I've had for commercials in the last few weeks have gone in nervous at all. I'm more like annoyed.
Good.
Like I'm like, ugh.
That's what you want.
You get in there and you're like, fuck, I gotta fucking do this.
You want to walk in there, shake their hands, and then just say to them, okay, I'm going to do the lines, but you guys realize what an inconvenience this is for me, right?
Because it's never, the audition places are never on this side of Melbourne. They're always literally on the other side of Melbourne. As far as I can go. And it's
the
always
shit side.
Yeah, it's a 40-minute drive to get there. I get there, I'm like, I know there's like 25 other people auditioning. I'm going to do the best that I can, but the chances are slim. And I'm just like, ugh, just fucking shoot me in the fucking head.
Yeah, I like to say that. I was like, you guys know I've driven a long way. I see a lot of other people out there whose time you're wasting. So I'll do my initial read now, and then we'll just go straight into the callback.
If we could.
Yeah, we'll just put both of those together, and then I won't have to come back here.
No. I always get the callback.
No. But you're going to do the callback right after your initial
Oh,
read.
okay, yeah.
So you do your read, you go, that was great, wasn't it? Yes, it was, despite whatever you might think, that was great. Now let's do the callback.
Well, you know it's
We're
good.
going to do the callback now. And then you do the callback, whether they're recording or listening or not.
They've left the room, call the police.
For the amount of time it takes them to get security from the front of the building into the room you're in, that's plenty of time for you to do your callback, whether they want to hear it or not.
But what kind of audition place has security? What kind of audition place has security?
Matt, I've cemented a reputation in the industry. So wherever I audition, you bet there's security.
I was pretending to be my mum.
Oh, okay.
What's good now, you wouldn't know this because you're the older generation.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Now
100%.
you don't have to do the initial auditions in person. You just do them online, which is lovely.
We just type them out.
Yeah, just say,
MSN.
I'm pretty good. Here's how, if I delivered the line, I would do it with a bit of sass and then a little bit of zhuzh right at the end there. And on that last line, I'd really hit the T on letter just because I think it's funny phonetically to say it like that. And I'd probably wear a grey shirt. And they go, whew, come down for a callback.
Dear Woolworths, I am very passionate about groceries and produce. Please may I be in your commercial for lots of money. Much love, GMat.
My agent has started calling me the callback king, which I love a nickname. I do.
Yeah. It'd be better if you were the commercial king though, because you
exactly what I
jobs,
said.
Yeah.
I said, he goes, 2 callbacks in a week. That's fucking great. And I was like, yeah, this would all be good if I could fucking book the cunting job. And now he's like, catch you later, callback king. And I'm like, stop it, because it's not fun. I'm not having a good time.
Curse of the callback king.
Did yours. Yeah. So I'm not liking that.
Okay.
Yeah. Got some new headshots done the other day.
Yeah, I saw your little profile picture's been changed.
They made me. They said, you need to get them done because your old ones are 10 years old. And I was like, but I don't look that much different. And then I looked at them side by side and I was like, whoa, I'm fat. I've gotten quite fat.
It would have been nice if you'd given me the opportunity to use my cool camera to take the headshots.
Would you have liked to have done that?
We could take some supplementary ones now that you've got the pro ones done and just see how they turn out.
Yeah, I could do it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I did it because it was free.
Nice little fashion shoot.
Because
if it was free, I would have charged you quite a lot of money. So
my agent is the headshot. Well, I mean, my headshot person works at
the headshot king.
Yeah, that's what they call me. I can't get a job, headshot king. But I went to a lounge. You ever been to a private lounge before?
Yes, but the court case is pending.
So we can't talk about it.
Yeah.
So the lady who works at my agent's does headshots, and she's like I'm doing clients down there. I could squeeze you in. I was like, I can't really afford it, and I'm only doing commercial work, so I don't care enough. She's like, no, I'll do it for free. And I was like, okay, cool. And she was like, just don't, because the other people will be there. Just don't say anything. And I was like, that's fine. And I got there, and I realized it was a private lounge because I couldn't get in. And the guy came to me, and he was like, and who are you here to see? And I was like, I'm coming to see, like I said, my name's Naomi. I was like, I'm here to see, and he goes, please come in. The attitude switches like that, where they realize you're supposed to be there. His name was Liam, I learnt. and he knew everybody's name. He asked me my name, and I said Matthew, and then like 10 minutes later, he came over and goes, how are you, Matthew? Can I get you a coffee? Can I get...
Did he must have one of those mnemonic tricks where he's like, Matt.
What is it,
put
Ben?
something, he's like, do you own a cat?
Oh, yeah.
No, I have a dog. Okay, that won't work. It's annoying that you're wearing a hat.
What else? I wasn't wearing a hat.
Matt. Okay, well, you're standing at the moment, so it can't be Matt sat. Matt.
I wonder where this is going.
Matt, you know what? You're the only guy who I can't think of a mnemonic device for, and that's how I'll remember that you're Matt. Like, Matt, what's this guy? I got nothing. It must be Matt, because I couldn't think of anything that rhymed with Matt.
My hair, I do look fat in my head, just. I think I'm really large.
Better than what? Your old ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The ones from 10 years ago. Yeah.
But you were very fat like 5 years ago, 7 years ago, or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
I look thin. I should have done headshots then.
and then look at him now and be like, nice work.
Yeah. So I'm at a private lounge, and the guy knows everybody. He goes up to every table and he's like, Daniel, Patricia, how are they? Blah, blah. Like he's a good waiter. He's like, you know, in London, how the cabbies know like all the streets and don't have to look at maps and that.
Yeah.
He was like that equivalent for waiters. He was quite fucking good at his job.
So what happens in this private lounge?
I don't know. People just go there. They go and they wear their suits and they have like the coffee and everything was free.
But if you just say, he opens the door, you're like, yes, who are you here to see? You're like, oh no, it's a nice lounge in there. Can I have a coffee?
No, you can't go. It's a private lounge. You pay membership.
So you have to be there to see someone. Is it not just like a reception of a prestige office building?
No, it's in a tower, but you can't go in there unless you're a member.
I could go in there.
Maybe you probably could just break in.
So, a member. How do you become a member?
I guess you go in, you ask to become a member, and you pay the membership fee.
Right, and then you can just go there and have coffee.
Yeah. I assume the membership fee is substantial because coffee and teas are free.
And also Liam. You gotta pay Liam's wage. Yeah.
Cakes as well. Cakes are free.
Cakes are
I
free.
didn't have any cakes. I did have a lovely coffee that Liam made. And it's also like the windows are tinted, so like you're cut off and no one can see in, but you can see out. It's also a little bit dark. Everyone there was fucking in suits. I was wearing these boots. I was probably dressed just like this. And I went and I sat down.
You're on a McDonald's shoes.
Yeah. There was the guys, there were two guys in suits close to me that I heard say, one of them said, the wife and the kids are driving me crazy, so I've moved them into the other house.
There is a whole different stratosphere of people, isn't there?
It was insane. And I was trying to think of like what that meant. Like he's literally made them go and live in their other house while he stays.
I can't take this noise. You guys are going to have to go to a different postcode that we own a house in.
And does he like... I didn't know. I that's all I thought about for ages. And then another guy...
For ages.
Yeah, and the other guy, when I was going up to get a coffee, said, we're paving over the pool to put in something else. I couldn't hear what he was saying, but all I heard was that he was sick of the pool in his backyard, so he's paving over it to put something else in. And I was like, imagine like putting all that money into getting a pool and then being like, I'm done with this now. Pave over it and we'll put in a back, blah, 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 blah.
I was stuck in the city yesterday. And so I had to go to Coles. So I went into a Coles in the city. And it was a ritzy one.
Oh, yeah?
It was laid out completely. It was just, I couldn't get my bearings in there.
Coles Local, is that what they're the ritzy ones?
Are they?
Yeah, they all wear like roll-up jeans and...
The fridges, they didn't have the metal surrounds. It was just a glass door. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like it didn't, our shitty ones, it's got the like corrugated aluminum all around the edges, and it's like a big whoosh. This was just glass, and you just close it and it just like seals up. It was so nice, like pressure sealed. Anyway, and there's this guy, he's walking down the aisle with his basket, which is a different color to the normal shit Coles red baskets. He's got his fancy one. And he's just walking along, he's got his stupid little robo earpiece in. He's just like, yeah. Oh, so it's Ferrari then? Yeah, well, go. Do it. Grab one. And he's just walking along. I'm like, all right. Just casually like, oh, Ferrari. Yeah, why not? Grab me one while you're there. Just an insane fucking life that these people are living.
Yeah. It's funny. I said this little anecdote to Aiden, and he goes.
Yeah, we had to do that. We had to move mum and dad into the other house because they were just annoying us too much.
Well, he went. Well, that one's a bit just. But we're currently thinking about getting rid of the pool to extend our dining area outside. So not that fancy.
Yeah. The pool. Did you ever lived in a house with a pool?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. When we were
above ground.
Yeah. No, in ground when my parents were together. Whoa. That was the house we left
when the finances were pooled.
So yeah, I had a taste of glory. It was a nice house. My parents were in love. I mean, they weren't in love. They've probably been in a shit marriage for years.
And what suburb was that house in?
It was in. I guess I could say it.
What's the main town near the
It was
town?
in Marubna.
Right. And what's the main town near there?
Shepparton.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it wasn't fancy. Like, we weren't fancy people.
No.
But we could afford a pool and a big house. So we lived there.
In Shepparton.
And then my parents got divorced in even worse, Marubna.
Yeah.
And then we lost the pool. We lost
the pool.
We went straight from pool on Elsie Jones Drive, which is a very fancy street. We went from pool there to living in commission housing with mum, where me and my brother shared a room, and mum was sleeping in the lounge.
Yeah.
We went from birch to where we went out in the backyard, and I was like, oh.
George and I were talking last night
touch
about
both sides of fences.
George and I were talking last night about like things that made you think your friends were rich.
Yeah.
When you were a kid. We were talking about like you go over and they've got fizzy drink in the fridge. Shit like that. Or if any of the kids had their own room, you're like, whoa, look out, party time. Party time.
Yeah. Michael, I shouldn't have said his name. My oldest brother did have his own room.
Yeah, fucking fancy.
So it was a 2-bedroom little thing, and because he was like 14 at the time, or 13 or 14, Mum slept in the lounge, and she gave me and James a room together. I'm just saying my brothers' names. Me and James room together, and put Michael in a room by himself. And so like the kids get the room because I did the divorce and it's my fault. And she slept in the lounge on the couch. And we were like that for ages. That was fancy. But you know when you don't care? Like, I didn't have the
really
pool
go
anymore.
like this. We deserve better, Mum. It's just like, well, this is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I still had a PlayStation, and we got to have a TV in our room.
That's fucking. That would be another one that I would be like, this kid's got it all sorted out here.
We wanted that for ages, forever and ever and ever. We always wanted a TV in our room so we could play PlayStation in our room. And I guess because of the divorce, she was like, I guess you guys can have a TV. Yep. And for 3 years, I had a Hello Kitty television in my bedroom. A little pink CRT, a little Hello Kitty TV in my room. And people would come over and be like, well, it's Hello Kitty. I was like, I don't care. It's in my room. And they're like, that's a good point. Yeah. My friend Jack had one of those robots. He was rich and he had a robot.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to George. If any of my friends had like powered toys, like when we were properly kids, if they had anything that took batteries and like walked around and did shit, or any kids with those little cars, but you press the pedal and you can drive it around.
Oh, like a real car that you sit in, or
yeah, because you know there was the red and yellow ones from like the supermarket, which you had to pedal with your own feet and walk around. But then there was the ones where it's like a little car and you sit in it, but you press the accelerator and it's battery powered and it just drives.
Yeah,
I was like, that's fucking mental. That's like a real car.
Yeah,
you should get a job now.
I want to go on the road on this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Grass
like that.
Anyone who had grass in their backyard, I thought was pretty hardcore. Jack again had such a nice
just lawn as far as the eye could see.
I know, like my lawn, like we had dirt outside and like tufts of yellow grass, but he had green
pastures,
soft grass, and one of those. Every time I go there, there'd be a sprinkler going like this, going like that. And I'd be like, "That's how you keep it green."
You know what made you feel really poor? If you'd go over, they'd have a sprinkler going or something. You'd be like, I got shorts. Do you want to go and play in the sprinkler? They're like, why? What?
Don't do that.
Should we just go and swim in the gutter? What are you talking about? Play in the sprinkler? That's like a tool. That's just something that does stuff. Like it's gardening. What do you mean? Play in the sprinkler? I don't know. It's a warm day. Oh, well, why don't we go to the pool? Let's go in the pool.
Yeah, jump in the pool.
And then you go to the pool And then mum would just be like, here's some money for some stuff that's overpriced at the canteen place there. And then, you just get money for stuff? Remember having to be like, can I please have 40 cents, mum? 40 cents, I'm going to go down, I'm going to get myself a ghost drop. And that would be an entire Saturday.
I 50 cents, I just want one Redskin, and then I could go eat a pool for a little bit.
And then that'll be it.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk down to the service station. I'm going to get myself a ghost drop, and then that's my Saturday. And then I guess I'll just have a purple tongue for the rest of the day and think about that.
Made it super easy to do stuff. I wish I could go look, because my mum had a shit house, but my dad's place was even worse. His was real fucking, his was bigger, but it was Darrow, and it was in a Darrow neighborhood. And the backyard, it was dirt, just dirt and tufts. You know, that's the big thing when you go into someone's backyard and it was once grass, but the grass is all dead and it's just
dry
dirt.
clay.
And like on a windy day, you look outside and it's like just dust and dirt flying everywhere. And you go and play it there. Throw me the ball. You know, running around playing cricket in the backyard. And
you come in and it just be, your pants and shoes will be just like light brown up to your knees.
yeah, yeah. But at my dad's place, around the corner was an abandoned church that we used to go to all the time. That's where we used to go and play.
It's fucking sick.
Yeah, we went, and there was what looked like a spa in the church. I guess it's where like baptisms happened or something. It was like a deep little
Catholic church
pool or something like that. Yeah. Maybe just getting in there with the boys.
where the older boys scrub up before.
But we were there once, and then in the next room we heard like, "Wah," and then we never went back ever again. So scary. And it was in such a shit neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my dad was friends with people who were bad people. Like I remember his friends coming over and having like the speed dealer glasses and the high vis that he'd cut the sleeves off for, and he's like, yeah, bloody mate, yeah, bloody good. Now looking for work right now, but nothing's fucking coming up, mate. Nothing's coming up at the moment. I'm like, take your glasses off, we're inside. He says, no, you don't see my eyes are bloody red, you know.
I remember my dad had a mate named Clinton, and they hung around for a bit, and then he just disappeared for ages, and then ages later he's like, oh, we're going to pick up Clinton, he's coming over. It's like, oh, Clinton. I was like 9. It's like, Clinton, I haven't seen Clinton for ages. I didn't know you were friends with him anymore. Why haven't we seen Clinton for so long? He's like, oh, he's been in jail. Like, oh, okay. Okay.
My dad had a friend who stayed with him for a while, lived in the house for a bit, and so when we'd come, he would leave and we would go and stay in his room. And that was the arrangement that they had, was that when the kids come and stay, you have to go and because they got to use your room to sleep in. And so we used to just...
This is so fucking weird.
Did you have the same thing?
Yeah, Dad's mate Wayne got divorced, and he used to live there. And I remember he had this fucking... Now, let's see if this really lines up. Did whatever your dad's mate's, and what was your dad's mate?
I can't remember his name.
Oh, did he have a little putting machine? Because that was the best thing about Wayne, is he got divorced and he was staying at Dad's house, and he had this little putting machine.
You hit
and
it
we did it in the hallway.
and
Yeah,
and
you
would
hit it,
come
and
back
if you
again?
got it in, it would come back towards you.
I didn't. My nan and pop had one of those.
Yeah, so that Wayne had one of those, so that was pretty fucking sick.
Now, our guy who used to go and stay, he had a snake, and the snake was in the bedroom, and it was lit up at night time. So
That's almost as cool as a putting
it's
machine.
terrifying. I've been falling asleep, and I open my eyes, and there's like this purple glowing snake sitting in a whatever the tank thing that they live in. He also underneath his bed he had so much porn. Porn VHS. Just so much porn. And I used to, because me and my brother used to sleep in the same bed. It was a double bed. By the way, didn't wash his sheets or anything.
No,
like there was none of that. We just come and get into Wayne's bed for our Wayne equivalent.
Yeah.
And it'd be just jizz and everything would probably be in there.
100%.
Back then I didn't know. Anyways, I slept on the wall side of the bed, and it was off the wall a little bit. So I would when my brother fell asleep, I would lay on my stomach and look over the
Well. It's like the spider got himself a couple of lives.
I'd go over the edge of the bed, between the wall and the bed, and put my arm down and grab one of the VHSs and just look at the back of it, because there was all these naked ladies on the back of the VHS getting fucked, and I just look at the VHS,
Just stare at it,
turn it over
longingly,
keep looking, and that's what I did, because I had a torch, so I'd wait till he fell asleep and then I'd turn the torch on down the side of the bed. I'd sit there staring at the VHS.
but nothing. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
So much fucking porn.
You wouldn't think he'd be like, hey, maybe just don't have all of the porn under the bed because
Well,
my
yeah.
kids also sleep in that bed.
I don't know if he knew how much porn the guy had because it's not like he's going into his bedroom. But yeah, if I'd probably be like, hey, so when the kids come, just like clean up under the needles, VHSs of people getting fucked. Just whatever you got there, just sort it out.
Cover up the smack.
The smack. He was a smackhead. He was definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
He was speed dealer glasses as well and shaved head and rough teeth and all that sort of. And he had a snake. And I don't think you can have a snake if you're not on meth. Fact.
Yeah, that might be right.
Meth heads love snakes.
I'm not thinking about it.
Fuck, there's got to be some other good shit. I remember my mum making herself smoke.
Of what age?
So she's divorced.
Yeah.
She's in her late 30s probably at that time. But all of her friends now were Deros. And she wanted to hang out with Deros. And every time they went anywhere, they would all go out in the smoking area and leave her sitting at a table. So I remember sitting out on...
Did she not think she could just go to the smoking area and not smoke?
I don't know what her logic was.
Yeah,
but I
okay.
remember her sitting out on the back porch going... and like getting lightheaded from trying to smoke a cigarette, like trying to teach herself to smoke. And she didn't. She smoked for a long time and then had a hard time quitting. And then when she did quit...
It's going to happen.
Yeah. So you were looking at your watch. Do we need to wrap these things up?
Yeah, we need to get towards a wrap up.
Well, I didn't have any notes today. I only just found the book.
Nice. Where was it?
It was sitting right there next to you,
Oh,
leant
there you
up
go.
against that plant.
Cute.
Stupidly. I don't know why I ever did that.
I don't know how you didn't find it. You turned this room upside down looking for it.
It's because it was on the side.
Right.
So when I looked at it this way, I had to like lean over this chair and be like, oh, there it is. Well, let's just do one of these endings. Thanks for watching, everybody, and thanks for listening. Make sure you've subscribed on YouTube and you do all the stuff, commenting and leaving a like.
Patreon.
And a Patreon as well. Go check out the Patreon. There's Jazzcast. There's post shows. There's
If you're
stuff.
not on the Patreon, please, for God's sake.
For God's sakes, get on the Patreon. The Patreon numbers are going up. We really appreciate it. There's something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, we're hoping to get everybody back soon. It's been hard getting everyone's schedule lined up again. Aiden and Beck have both started new jobs and new sort of things, and we're trying to work it out. But we'll get back to normal scheduled programming ASAP. And we'll see you guys soon. Muchos love.
If we get enough money in the Patreon, we can all quit those jobs and just
make content. We'll do a podcast every day.
we'll do a sketch every week.
Every week a sketch. See you guys next week.
Hey, it's GMat here, and don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of the GMat podcast and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show over at patreon.com/the GMat podcast. The post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we wrap things up and talk about anything we didn't have time to talk about. $3 a month and cancel anytime. We are a community-supported podcast, so your support over there funds the show and makes it easier for us to keep doing what we love. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/the GMat podcast.